Live again. We'll do it live.
All right.
That's
so we're
fine.
gonna skip the countdown. We're just gonna go straight into this little bad boy. Hello and welcome to Atomic Geekdom. My name is Dave. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. This is take 2. Just reveal the veil. It didn't go live like it was supposed to. And we started talking. Thankfully, we only got like 3 minutes into the episode, so it's not that bad. But I'm very glad that you're here. And joining me, as always, to talk about a lot of things, but I think you can guess one of them, is Kyle.
Hey, what is up, everyone? How are you doing? Now we're live.
Now we're live. And
got the notification.
Yeah, I wanted to try it this view anyway. Instead of the smaller view, since we only have 2 of us anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. Works for me.
Yes. So we have a topic to talk about, but we got kind of trumped by something else. So I'm gonna put it on the screen now. And for those that are watching live, and if you're listening, I'm sorry, but we're going spoilers. It's the Book of Boba Fett. We can't not talk about episode 6. For Star Wars fans, if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, this was your episode, man. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau said, "Here, have it all," basically. Again, spoilers. Mark Hamill had been teasing about something he'd been working on Twitter. He gave little clues. There was like 2 rocks in one picture, and then like from filming, and then he said, I was in Vancouver when I filmed it. So that might have thrown people off because he wasn't in the what do they call it? The
volume.
The volume, right?
If they filmed everything in the volume, that's amazing because everything looked fantastic.
Well, the stuff with Luke was in Vancouver.
Okay.
That wasn't a set.
Yeah, that
at least according to Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was outside. I mean, come on.
A lot of that stuff looked outside, but I mean, like, if that was all done in the volume, that's great and scary to think what we have accomplished for like CGI and stuff like that. I will put a pin in the CGI when we get to it, by the way.
Of course, dude. This is always the thing that gets complained about all the time.
We'll put a pin in it.
Putting a pin in it, folks. All right, so yeah, where to start? Okay, I mean, I guess okay. So the episode is called what? A Stranger from the Desert, or
Stranger walks
in the desert.
Stranger walks in the desert.
Right.
So there's a stranger in the desert, and I thought, I as soon as we, saw Cobb Vanth, that's who we're talking about. That's it. I was pleasantly surprised it wasn't, but we get the return of Timothy Olyphant.
I thought, all right, we got our stranger, or whatever. It's Timothy Olyphant. How did we not guess he'd be in this episode, in this series? Like, how can we be so stupid? They're on Tatooine. Why did we not think of Timothy Olyphant when that's all I've wanted is for him to get his own freaking Star Wars series?
The only thing I could think of is that I should probably just messages. There we go. Is because Moss, whatever they're calling it, and now it's Freetown, is so far away from Mos Espa and Mos Eisley, which is where I thought Jabba's palace was the whole time, was like in Mos Eisley, but it's Mos Espa, which is where episode 1 took place.
Right.
Phantom Menace episode 1. Sorry.
Oh, you
gotta say that. Yeah, gotta get it right. But yeah, so I forget what they called it in season 2 and then this season, but Freetown, new name.
Oh yeah, I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Moss, yeah, something. But yeah, so we start with that. We get the Pikes. He kills 3 out of the 4 and lets one go. And
he warned them.
He did, and he's a good shot. From
the desert comes a stranger.
From a desert yeah, okay, that makes a lot. Most Pelgos.
Most Pelgo, you got it.
I knew. Yeah, he tips over the spice, which I never knew Tatooine was known for its spice. Just it's sand.
No, it wasn't. They're bringing it in.
Oh, right. Yes.
That's the point. That's what he's trying to stop.
Right. And then we get credits. No more credits, or I don't know.
I don't know. It
We
doesn't
get
really matter. We're not going to recap it. We're not going to.
Mando goes
do
through
it beat by beat.
Mando goes to the planet, which I talked to my friends last night about how Mando could find Luke quicker and more effective than Leia could ever do.
Well, he was in hiding at that point.
I know, but it's like, oh,
He wasn't hiding.
but it's like, it's not like, hey, I dropped a pin here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to let the world know. It's like, and Mando didn't even get the name Skywalker from season 2. Where did he get the name this time?
He must have. They must. Who cares? They must.
Look,
have
I'm poking
afterward.
holes. I'm poking holes in a great episode just because I want to find something that's bad and
poke your hose elsewhere. Wow, that was dirty.
That's sir. This is not Twitch. Well, kind of is.
Oh, what?
Earlier conversation.
Yeah. Apparently, whatever. Anyway,
but yeah, we get R2, we get Luke, we get Grogu, and then which I didn't think we would ever see Luke ever again. I thought it was just a one and done, and I was okay.
Not only did we get Luke again, hang on, let's just pause for a second. Not only did we get Luke again, we got Luke in the sweet ass black gear, and the green lightsaber, which the best lightsaber is green. I'm sorry, it's green. I go back to the first time I watched Jedi, and his lightsaber ignited, and it was green. And if I remember right, that's the first time it wasn't blue or red. For any Star Wars fan, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's too far away. Yeah, I know yours is on the wall. Mine's in a little alcove.
Come on.
But, I know. But yeah,
I can reach behind me. I can reach behind me and have.
You could have a Revan's
or Ahsoka's.
Yeah, one of Ahsoka's.
Yeah, and that's the smaller one too.
Yeah, which I mean, little tangent. Smaller ones. Little tangent for that Black Series.
Smaller one, so
yeah, they should have done the 2.
Why not? I mean, that's $500 right there.
I know. It's like Hasbro, take my money. But speaking of Ahsoka, she freaking pops up.
Dude, not only does she pop up, she also has a moment with Luke, and they talk about her dad. Like, what the hell is happening in my life? I know. Right now?
Like, hey, okay.
It's canon. Luke has met Ahsoka and knows about their relationship. Unbelievable.
I'm just flabbergasted. Thanks, Dave Filoni. It's like last week we were praising Bryce Dallas Howard, but now it's like, who? Excuse me, who?
Right.
But no, seriously, Bryce Dallas Howard continue to do great work. Honestly,
yeah, hopefully she gets her own series or something.
Yeah, but yeah, there's just a lot, and Luke training Grogu, or in Luke's words, he's like, no, he's just remembering all the training.
Yeah, we did get a flashback too.
Which there was I saw on TikTok a theory about who saves Grogu. Okay. Barriss or Barriss Oppress, not season 5 of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka's friend turned to the dark side, was a Jedi. Is it ringing any bells?
I don't remember, no.
Okay. Green-skinned alien.
Aren't they all?
No. Racist.
Oh. Whoa. No, in fact, we're going to talk about a blue one in a few minutes.
Yeah. But they're thinking that person is the one that saves Grogu because of her sigil that is up on the wall, apparently. Because every Jedi was given one when at the academy or at the Jedi temple. Again, just a theory.
I'll have to look for that TikTok.
Yeah, I think I liked it, so I'll look back at it. But yeah, we get Order 66 with the 501st, and 3 unnamed and unfaced Jedi are killed in front of Grogu.
The theory I saw was, and this is not even for the Book of Boba Fett or for Grogu, is
Mace
that they
Windu.
made no. That they made practical they used practical costumes for the 501st. Are we going to see that in the Obi-Wan series? Because they didn't make it just for a 3-second scene.
I tried to look to see if they were CGI or not.
Right, they are saying that you're going to get flashback scenes in Obi-Wan with Obi-Wan and Anakin wearing the armor.
That is perfect. I want that,
dude. That's the only reason I want those figures for the Black Series is with them in the armor.
Yeah,
and
that one.
I could never find Obi-Wan.
Well, yeah, Obi-Wan is you cannot, but you have Anakin.
Yeah,
or you did. I don't remember.
I think I passed on that Stormtrooper. I think that you got
Echo.
I can't remember.
Echo.
Oh no, I must have gotten it because I wanted both versions of Echo.
Yeah. So no, I got you both Anakin and Echo.
Good Lord. All right, keep talking.
It's been so Mando leaves, goes back to Tatooine, tries to recruit Cobb Vanth. Meh. Oh, and Boba Fett also in this episode.
Yeah, he does make an appearance in his own show.
He makes a cameo appearance and has 0 lines in an episode in his own show. I think that it's just weird. It's weird.
It is, but like every show does stuff like that. You'll have an episode or two away from like the main character. It's not unheard of.
It's just weird with like if you have a 7 episode season, you kind of want to spend as much time with the main character as possible.
Sure.
But yeah, so Mando goes to Cobb.
Don't get me wrong. I understand the complaint.
Yeah, Mando goes to Cobb Vanth, tries to get him on his side or to be enforcers. Then leaves to have Cobb Vanth think about it, and then a stranger walks in the deserts from far away, and as soon as I saw it, I started geeking. And I'm like, they actually did it. No way. They actually did it. Holy crap. They actually did it. Holy crap.
No.
No, they actually did it. Holy crap. And then you get to him and you just see the blue face of a Duros with tubes coming from his cheeks. And he looks good for when the last time we saw him, which was 25 to 30 years of his last appearance in the Bad Batch.
Yeah, live action Cade looks amazing. Cad, what is it? Cad?
Cad Bane. Cad.
Yeah, I'd say it with his last name, otherwise I say it wrong. Yeah.
The mouth, I'm pretty sure like the face is all CGI. Or at least it's like a mask with CGI. It just the mouth looks weird, but in a cool way when he talks.
Right.
And they got the voice actor from Clone Wars Rebels and the Bad Batch to do it. His voice was not as robotic as in the cartoons.
No,
which kind of threw me off a little bit.
It was perfect Western style scene too. You got the showdown, which the title of the episode is very much that based on a Western. And of course, Timothy Olyphant is the king of being a Western actor, deputy, sheriff, marshal, whatever. Yeah, dude. And they repurposed the scene where he dies.
And it's from an unused seasons or what was going to be their original season 7, where Boba gets the dent in his helmet.
The dent in the helmet from a showdown with Cad Bane, and he kills Cad Bane though.
Oh,
right? Isn't that it?
Or at least they both get shot.
Yes, I don't. And in the same thing in here, I don't believe
Oh no,
In fact, I know Cobb Vanth's not dead because when his first appearance in the book is after this. It's closer to Force Awakens than we are right now.
Okay.
So as far as canon goes, yes. Even if I didn't know that, I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
He got shot in
I
the
don't
arm.
think they wouldn't have made such a big deal about him and them coming around him if he was dead.
Yeah, his deputy. Oh no, his deputy's gone. It is.
Yeah, no, his deputy
fodder.
is. Yeah, he shot 3 times, I think.
3 or 4 times.
Welcome in, Dead Zombie Girly. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for joining, as always. Hopefully, I don't think you watch this show, so I don't think you have to worry about spoilers. But we're talking about Book of Boba Fett. But yeah, man. And then we got to see a sit down with the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Fennec, and Kirsten. Like
Kirstanson.
I don't care. I'm always gonna say it wrong, but I don't care.
They dropped
table.
They dropped the black. Did you notice that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. It was unnecessary to begin with.
It was in Star Wars comics. It's his name. It's just something
it's unnecessary. Yes, it was because he's like the only black Wookiee we've ever seen.
Yeah. Was Tarful?
I should say black-haired Wookiee.
Yeah, I wonder if Tarful. I thought Tarful was very dark.
Okay.
No, it's not as nope. Kirstanson is very dark.
We've got the finale left. We've got basically our crew right now, and we're left with the cliffhanger of it all is Grogu. Grogu has to make a choice now, and this was Ahsoka's advice to Luke. Luke has to give Grogu the choice to either take the lightsaber left to him by Yoda's lightsaber,
which had to have been another lightsaber that he found on Dagobah because he lost it on Coruscant.
Well, maybe he did. Maybe they found it eventually. It's possible he found it. Who cares?
Maybe.
So yes, maybe he made another one on Dagobah or on the way to Dagobah. Who cares? But it was Yoda's. He's saying it's Yoda's, and then we got the reveal, and Jenny was right. She's not here right now, but Jenny was right. I thought the idea was ridiculous, but he got him chainmail, basically. He got him a chainmail piece of armor, and there's no way he's not taking it.
Yeah, this whole thing. I mean, it sets up season 3 where Grogu does go back to Jin. It's
potentially even in the next episode to help them. Now that he can do all his little flips and stuff,
I don't think we will see Grogu until season 3 of Mando.
That's fine. And even if we do, how much? Okay, so yes, he's cute and all. Mandalorian is an action character. Mm-hmm. How much is this tiny person going to help him? Even granted, now he can move a little faster because he can use the Force to jump and all of these things. And it was cool to see Luke give him a little leap every so often when they're walking. It was dope, man. Their sequences together were really cool. I will say the spider droids, creepy as hell.
They're interesting.
It was bizarre. Like, why am I seeing this? Is this? And then I thought, man, this kind of reminds me of The Last Jedi, like the island and everything, and like it had that feel of that, like this guy by himself, and not really doing things for himself. He's got others doing it for him, but in this case, it's droids.
Yeah.
So it's kind of on brand for Luke to not build his own houses. Get somebody else to do it. But yeah, so there we are. So Cad Bane, we might have a showdown next episode with either of our guys, the Mandalorian or Boba, both. Fennec, maybe even. Could this be Fennec's last showdown? Does she die at the hands of Cad Bane? But yeah, so let me see here. I just want to do we have to figure that Vance's village is going to help them.
Yeah, definitely after what happened, they'll be in on it.
Especially especially if Vanth is going to be in the fight. You know he's going to want revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week, directed by Robert Rodriguez, written, of course, by Jean Favreau, our finale. So, predictions or any expectations you got? I was going to look through my figures and put Cad Bane back here somewhere, but I didn't have time.
Well, I mean, we also saw the destruction of, or that Oasis blow up, which I'm like, oh, as soon as those guys walked in to that brothel, basically.
Oh, right. Yep, yeah.
With Jennifer, what's her name? Flashdance.
Beal.
Jennifer Beal. Like, oh yeah, that thing's a bomb. As soon as they walked in, like, can't.
Yeah, that's not in this thing here.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
But I think.
Oh, there it is. Spikes later blow up the sanctuary in Mos Espa.
Sanctuary, not the Oasis. Oasis Sanctuary, same difference.
Yeah, it's all spelled the same.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got letters.
It's got S's and A's. Predictions. The showdown between Cad Bane and Boba Fett is gonna come to fruition. Just like
it'd be funnier. It'd be funnier if he put the dent out, and now the dent is back. And then he gets it again. Do they explain that maybe that is how he got the dent? Maybe
that I think they will. I'm like, maybe like, yeah, the last time we saw each other, you gave me this dent in my helmet.
You can see it. You can see it behind me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right over my shoulder. There's right there. Is the dent left by Cad Bane? If you're watching.
Yeah, I think the war will be in favor of Boba, and then get the.
It kind of has to be, right? I mean,
that or it sets up for a season 2.
Season 2 would have to be like their revenge, I think.
Yeah.
Them coming back in full force with maybe a Kira or a Darth Maul,
or maybe that's kind of what sets up season 2.
Or not a Darth Maul, but a Kira.
Yeah.
Showdown. Yeah. But yeah, man, that had to whet some appetites for Ahsoka TV show. Like, we're getting closer. I
mean, we got a Sabine. We've got someone into Mister's.
We've got somebody cast as Sabine. Yeah.
Yep. And a mysterious character, which is probably Hera.
Could
and then
be Hera. Yeah.
We still don't have a Grand Admiral Thrawn or
that
Ezra.
That we know of.
Yeah.
So, all right, real quick, let's burn through the news and we'll get to our topic. All right. We could have talked about this last week, but I somehow missed my radar. HBO Max has cast 3 new villains for season 4 of Titans. We've got let's see what are their names here. Joseph Morgan will star as Sebastian Blood, aka Brother Blood, who was last seen on a season of Arrow.
Arrow season 2.
Yes, and then we've got Franca Potente is playing May Bennett / Mother Mayhem. Of course, working in tandem with Brother Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally we have where's Lisa Ambalavenar to play Jinx, or returning as Jinx. She's going to be a regular or a recurring character, excuse me. And she's already been on the show, hasn't she? Wasn't Jinx in an episode, like, briefly?
I don't. Is it JY or JI?
No, I'm wrong.
Okay.
And then yes, Brother Blood was played by Kevin Alejandro, who is a decent actor. He's a good actor. I can't remember what I saw him. 24 maybe.
I know he's on. He was, Lucifer.
Yeah, I never watched. What am I remembering? Prison Break, maybe?
I don't think so.
Let's see. True Blood. Yes, I remember that. It's not True Blood. I gotta look now. It's gonna bother me. Sorry, everybody. 24.
He was on 24?
Yeah, he did 3 episodes. That can't be what I remember. 3 episodes. Oh, this show called Sleeper Cell. That's right. Very good show. Sleeper Cell. Okay. So there we go. We got 3 new villains, so we're going to be dealing with that in the next season. At least part of it. There's always more. Staying in the DC world, Rick Cosnet is going to return for several episodes of The Flash season 8. He was originally Eddie Thawne, who had become an ancestor, or be revealed to become an revealed to be an ancestor of Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash, and he's basically sacrificed himself at the end of the season to stop Eobard from ever existing, which didn't matter.
Yep.
Died for nothing.
Time travel.
He would come back. Yeah, he would come back in little guest spots every so often. But I want to say I met him at a convention early on. I didn't get to do an interview with him because they weren't allowing, CW wouldn't allow it. But anyway. Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, and Section 31 are still in development at Paramount Plus. Those are spin-off shows. And I don't know. I want Section 31.
Yeah, I want Section 31. There's like a rumor that for those Enterprise fans, Star Trek Enterprise, I guess in the books, Trip, spoilers for that, Trip faked his death. So they want Trip to like show up in Section 31, the show. And the actor's down for it, I guess. He's like, yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, this is a spoiler for me because I haven't finished Enterprise or Discovery yet.
Oh.
No, as far as Michelle Yeoh's character, they wrote her off for that series. So they better greenlight it because I love her character. Empress Philippa Georgiou. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League might get delayed till 2023, the Vigia game.
It has been delayed.
Yeah, so there's been some it's just the way of the world with the video games. So other delays I think were included were the Hogwarts Legacy thing and the Lego Star Wars. Got moved to this year instead of 2021.
Yeah, April 5th, I think, is for the Skywalker Saga Lego game.
As fun as those are, I can't pay $60 for that kind of game.
That's the thing. I've already got like 2 of the games that are like take place like for the complete saga, which is the first 6. Yeah. Then do I really need to play? Do I need to go to Canto Bight in Lego form and ride on?
No, because they didn't need to go to Canto Bight in the movie.
Nope, not at all.
All right, moving on. Like I said, we're trying to love Last Jedi, but I hate that sequence. Donald Faison, my man from Scrubs, Clueless, countless other things that I love. He's a great actor. He's a funny man. He's a good man. He's been cast for a role in the finale of Legends of Tomorrow, finale of season 7, and then if that goes well, he'll continue in season 8. And the rumor is
Booster Gold.
Playing Booster Gold. I'm into it, dude.
The greatest hero you've never heard of.
Right. But he'll make sure you do.
Yeah. If they do, I think that will bring them back around to the superhero aspect of that show. Because I dropped off after season 5 because it didn't feel like a superhero show anymore. It felt like DC characters meets Doctor Who, which doesn't sound like a bad thing, but I'm like, you guys wanted this as like a superhero show that does time travel through this.
So this story is going to lead me into something that made me really angry about a different show on CW. So give me a second.
Yeah,
this is what they're describing the character.
Okay,
which is fine. This isn't what made me angry. The Legends first encounter this character at a different phase. This is because they have not said it's Booster Gold. They'll listen to some keywords in this description, which is why everybody thinks it's Booster Gold, and it should be based on this. The Legends first encounter this character at a different phase of his career, whose golden years are in the rearview mirror. He's a good guy. Deep down, his ego is looking for a boost that only fame, fortune, and glory can provide. While he claims to have been recruited to work for a mysterious time organization, he wasn't offered much of a choice in the matter. As an unauthorized time traveler with high-profile aspirations, he developed a mischievous streak and cuts a few corners along the way to achieving his dreams. That
That is
Booster Gold
Booster
time
Gold.
travels. Yeah.
You know what they're gonna
But-
do? They're gonna do a 180, and it's not gonna be Booster Gold. And this is just,
and that's going to lead that's leading into more. Just something that I hate. Here's another paragraph though about this character. Which again, this isn't what I'm angry about. He knows all about the Legends of Tomorrow and finds them inspiring because they're the kind of heroes who started at the ground floor as opposed to inheriting their powers from an alien planet, a spider bite, or wealthy parents. But the big question is whether his respect for the team is going to be able to help the Legends out of hot water or get them into hotter water. Yes. And so yes, the swerve is that he's not Booster Gold, and the reason that people think it could be a swerve is because of the most recent crap pulled on Superman and Lois. The swerve being that the showrunner said himself confirmed that Doomsday is coming to the show. Turns out to be this huge fight in a costume that looks exactly like Doomsday as he arrived on Earth, and it turns out to be, spoilers, kids, it's Bizarro. It's not Doomsday.
It was an interesting setup. If Todd I think it's Todd Helbing.
Yes.
If Todd Helbing didn't say anything,
it would have been fine.
It would have been fine.
Aside from that costume, it would have been fine.
Yeah, because it's the 25th
it's
or
the
30th.
Kryptonian, what? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the 25th or 30th anniversary of the death of Superman.
Probably
so
25th.
Yeah. 25th, yes. So yeah, that would have that was great. They were paying homage because at the end of the first episode of season 2, they got his hand pounding through the earth, which is an homage to one of the covers. And then you've got him in that full suit that Doomsday first appeared in, right when he was fighting the Justice League, right up until Superman fought him. 30th. And then what?
Sorry,
it is 30th.
I just had to confirm how old I am. Yeah.
Oh, that means it came out in 92, 93.
Yep. 92 and 93. Yeah.
I was a wee baby. Well, I say wee baby, but I was 3 years old.
Shut up! I was 11 years old. My cousin got the comic and I didn't for Christmas. I was so pissed off.
That's one of the comics I wish I could find. Like, not.
I have the trade, but
yeah, I wanted in the poly bag.
In the black foil. Oh my god!
It's like the Dark Knight Returns, which I have. I've got all 4 of those. Spent 125.
I would like the original single issues of Hush.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, now we're doing something different.
Well, it's still kind of on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a great swerve reveal. If Todd didn't say that, Doomsday's coming, but
right. Also, sorry, it is too soon for that series to be doing Doomsday. I'm sorry.
So in the first episode of Crisis on Infinite Earths, Lois did say that this Superman has fought against General Zod and Doomsday.
Okay.
But with the blanket of crisis, that could all change.
Right.
Which they did with Lucy Lane.
Again. Also, they did the swerve of Captain Luthor ended up being freaking Steel. John Henry Irons.
Which was great. I loved that. That was great because they didn't say it.
It's basically Iron Man. Watching him join the fight against Doomsday, quote unquote. I'm like, what? Iron Man? And I'm like, oh wait, it's Steel. Ugh. I don't know.
That was a great reveal.
Anyway, the last quote from the showrunners about this new character is, "We can't wait for our fans to see who he's playing." Speaking of Faison, and we look forward to telling many more stories with him and our lovable misfits. Should we be blessed with an 8th season? Now that he's been cast, I want them to have a season 8. I want to see Donald Faison every week, which does not bode well for the Powerpuff Girls show because he's cast as
he was cast as the professor.
Utonium. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Daisy, Chloe Bennett dropped out for
which
scheduling.
Assuming everybody assumes that's for a Marvel project.
Yeah, which Secret Invasion is filming right now. There's set pics of Nick Fury, Maria Hill,
Sam
and
Jackson,
Amelia Clark. Did I?
and the
Wow.
British dude.
Ben Mendelsohn.
No, he's not British. Yes, Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn is British.
I don't think so, man.
Either way, maybe he plays one.
Continue.
He plays one on TV. So Secret Invasion is being filmed now. He was Australian. Bloody hell. It's being filmed right now, so maybe she appears, but I don't think so. I would love it. That'd be awesome.
Right. Yeah. All right, moving on. Your favorite actress of portraying characters of adult romance novels, 50 Shades style. Dakota Johnson is in talks to play Madam Web in a Spider-Man spin-off movie for Sony. So yeah, the movie is set to be directed by S.J. Clarkson, who worked on Jessica Jones and The Defenders, Gods of Egypt, and Morbius writers Matt Shazama and Burke Sharpless have written the script. The script's already done.
Wow.
So they have a Madam Web movie ready to go, and it looks like Dakota Johnson's set to play her. All right. That's cool. I'm guessing it's a younger version, not the older version of Madam Web. But the Madam Web I remember is from the animated series, and she's kind of like in control of the Spider-Verse, as it were, right? Like if I remember the weird episodes that included her, that were just like I had no interest in those episodes whatsoever.
I mean, she was an interesting character, but I don't know how they're gonna do this movie without a Spider-Man.
Right. I'm sorry, it's not Spider-Verse. She controls the spider powers. Or like, here it is. This is the description. An elderly blind psychic mutant with a neuromuscular disease. Her life support system tubes resemble a spider web, and she uses her powers to assist Spider-Man. A dying Cassandra Webb in comics has passed her powers, blindness, and identity along to Julia Carpenter, the second Spider-Woman. There you go.
Okay. Julia Carpenter. Okay. She was part of Secret Wars. Okay.
All right, there you go. Gotham Knights officially has a pilot order at the CW. Plans for Gotham Knights were originally announced back in December. If it gets picked up, the show will follow Batman's rebellious adopted son, who was framed for Bruce Wayne's murder alongside the children of the Dark Knight's enemies. In an effort to clear their names, these characters form a shaky alliance that puts them on a path to becoming Gotham's newest protectors.
I give it a season.
If it even gets picked up.
I thought
this has no connection.
I thought they said they
just got the pilot order.
Okay.
So it's not picked up yet. This says no association to the Gotham Knights video game that's being done by WB Montreal.
Yeah, it's so weird that they named it the same.
I know, right? Let's see here. The pilot director also directed episodes of Gotham and Pennyworth. And he also directed 1995's Judge Dredd movie with Sylvester Stallone.
All right.
Yeah, baby. All right. Final bit of news. Channing Tatum has been interviewed talking about his unmade Gambit movie. If we remember, there was news a long time ago that he had been cast to play Gambit in a Gambit solo film that was set to be like a heist rom-com type movie. He was set to produce it and everything. This dude wanted this character bad. And that was before 20th Century Fox got swallowed whole by Disney. But back in 2014, he was supposed to appear as Romeo LeBeau in X-Men Apocalypse, but that didn't work out. And then following Deadpool, they wanted to make a R-rated rom-com based kind of like Deadpool for Gambit. They were enthusiastic. They were going to do him and his producing partner were going to direct it themselves, but then it went through 3 other directors, Rupert Wyatt, Doug Liman, and Gore Verbinski. But yeah, so Tatum, this is his quote. They would call him flamboyant in his description. I wouldn't. He was just the coolest person. He could pull anything off. Most superheroes, their outfits are utilitarian. Batman's got his belt. Gambit's like, nah, this shit's just fly, bro. this shit walk down the Paris runway last year. He's just wearing the stuff that's so dope because he loves fashion. Okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but in 2015, it was reported that Lea Seydoux had been offered the role of Gambit's love interest, Belladonna Bordeaux. But according to whatever, they had cast many more roles than this. They're even ready to roll cameras before rumors of DC's purchase of Fox started dominating headlines. We were ready. We were right on the 1 yard line. We had cast the film. We'd opened a production office. We were on our way to shoot in New Orleans. By that time, Gambit was shelved. By the time Gambit was shelved, Tatum was so upset that he hasn't watched a single Marvel movie since.
Wow.
Once Gambit went away, I was so traumatized at Tatum. I shut off my Marvel machine and haven't been able to see any of the movies. I loved that character. It was just too sad. It was like losing a friend because I was so ready to play him. I feel bad for him now.
Yeah.
I'm as sad as he is that was taken away from us. I wanted, I was hoping the Taylor Kitsch version of Gambit would have been good. It wasn't. It wasn't awful, and I don't blame Taylor Kitsch for it. The movie was terrible. The writing was bad, and just didn't. They tried to put too much into one thing. Gambit fits in a Wolverine movie, and it fits in the way that they had him there.
Mm-hmm.
But it just was not Gambit.
No.
They weren't writing the character. They were writing a guy with the same name for the value of fan value. And it just wasn't that character. It was close. They tried, but the writers just didn't know the character. And that's all that is. That's the matter of that. Again, I don't blame Taylor Kitsch. It's not his fault. He's a fine actor. And we're all weary of Channing Tatum's version of Gambit, but I was ready to give him a shot, just like I am for Robert Pattinson as Batman and all these other things. I think we have to be a little more optimistic and hopeful than just jumping on the side of there's no way this guy can pull this off type of crap.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. He still hopes that they get another chance to do it. I think he's getting too old. I always thought he was too muscular for Gambit, but again, you never know. You just throw some armor around him, and who knows? That pink armor. All right, so let's jump to our topic of the week. So I don't know where this idea came from. I wanted to talk about the nostalgia of TGIF. So ABC Network, Channel 12 in my area, used to do TGIF, which is Thank God It's Friday, not to be confused with the restaurant, which would come after TGIF Fridays, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just have a 2-hour block of sitcoms, and it's meant for families to sit down together and watch TV together. But I also wanted to talk about that feeling of a Friday night after school. You get off of school, it's the weekend, thank God. It's 2:30, 3 o'clock, whatever time you got out of school. You're getting home and you're going to spend the weekend at a cousin's house, or you're just going to hang outside with your friends. I'm talking about your younger ages before high school, maybe. You're begging your parents to go to Blockbuster to rent a movie or a video game, or you're just getting ready to sit down and play whatever video game you have. In my times, it was before the internet, so there was no, going online and playing with friends. You either played with your friends or you played alone, or you had friends come over and play together. So that's my nostalgia. But let's talk about TGIF. So it started in 1989, before Kyle was even thought of.
Nope, that was the year I was born.
There you go. Oh, okay, all right. And it always led into 2020. That's how I knew it was time to walk away from the TV, because Barbara Walters would come on and I'd be like, that's enough of this crap. So the first shows that were part of the original run were Full House, Family Matters, Perfect Strangers, and then for one half of the year it was Free Spirit, the show I don't remember, and then the other half was Just the 10 of Us, which I do remember. Other shows that would join the lineup would go along with let's see, Going Places, Dinosaurs. Do you remember the show Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Baby Talk, which was like a spin-off show of Look Who's Talking, the movie. Let's see here. That Step by Step was introduced in 1991. Camp Wilder, Where I Live, both would only last half seasons. And then 1993-94, we start getting into our core shows: Family Matters, Boy Meets World, Step by Step, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and then
Mhm.
Sister was on Friday nights for a little while.
Yep,
Sister. Oh my god.
that's the heyday of what I remember my Friday nights
Mhm.
being was Step by Step, Boy Meets World,
And that was
Family Matters, and Full House, and Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and then
yep, that would be your Fridays for 3 years was the
yeah,
with that block. I mean, every so often they would add like Muppets Tonight in there for like a week or two,
hmm
like a special. It wouldn't be till night. So that's from 93 to 96. In 96, they introduced Sabrina the Teenage Witch
hmm
and Clueless. Remember the Clueless show? And I didn't know that was on ABC. I thought that was on like UPN.
Well, it did move to UPN.
Yeah, yeah. It lasted one season on ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching it on UPN because again, Donald Faison was on that show. He went from the movie to the show. So then after that, it was Sabrina, Boy Meets World, a show called You Wish, and then Teen Angel. I don't remember any of these.
I I just remember those first two, and
Yeah,
then I think it. Um,
it started. This
uh,
is the starting of the death of it. 98. We're at Sabrina again, Two of a Kind, and some of these are like fall, winter, and then spring. So there's like half
Two of a
seasons.
Kind sounds familiar.
Let's see. That's bringing back Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Ah,
Not the same character. They're actually both in the show together. Boy Meets World is there. Sabrina, I said that. This is the introduction of Ryan Reynolds to the American world with two
two
guys, a
guys, a
girl,
girl at
and
a
a pizza
pizza
place.
place. Before it
Yep.
was then changed to
Yeah,
two guys and a
we'll
girl.
get there. Yep, we'll get there. And then a show called Brothers Keeper, which I don't remember. It didn't last long anyway. The next year we got Boy Meets World's final year. And then it was tied with the Hughleys, which I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
I liked D.L. Hughley. He was a good character or good comedian. A show called Odd Man Out, which I don't remember. And then a show called Making the Band, which was the show that
Yeah,
launched O-Town into the world.
yeah.
That would only
Oh,
last one season on ABC, and then it would move to MTV.
yeah. It was better. It was a better thing for MTV to have, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I love the Chappelle Show skit about that show. Because I spit hot fire. 2000, 2001. Two guys and a girl dropped the pizza place. We got the show Norm with Norm Macdonald.
Mm,
Rest in peace.
mhm.
Madigan Men, which I do remember that. I never watched it, but I remember it. And then the introduction to the worldwide phenomenon called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes.
And then they tried a second run of TGF 2 years later. For a while, for 2 years after that, they did like The Mole and America's Funniest Home
Mm,
Videos on Friday night. But then they went back and tried a second run of it, and they did it with the George Lopez show, Married to the Kellys, Hope and Faith, Life with Bonnie, and then Eight Simple Rules for Dating My Daughter, which was the last show that had John Ritter.
mhm.
And
Wasn't
it
it Eight
introduced this.
Simple Rules to Dating My Teenage Daughter?
I think it was just Dating My Daughter, or maybe Teenage
Or
Daughter.
is that a Mandela effect for me?
I think they changed it. You're right. You're right. Eight Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, but then they
Okay.
just changed it to Eight Simple Rules. Eventually.
After, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And that's it. Now it's just what are they doing? They did a third run in 2018. Which in the fall of 2018 they did it with Fresh Off the Boat, which is a great show. If you're not watching that, that's got our boy
Randall Park.
Randall Park, yeah. Speechless, which I don't know, and then an hour-long show called Child Support.
Oh, oh,
And then oh, it's got Ricky Gervais and it's a game show. Fred Savage with Ricky Gervais. And then the summer of 2018, 2019 was Agents of Shield. So yeah. Yeah,
I
because
didn't. I would.
Friday nights before that was Once Upon a Time, and then Inhumans and Agents of Shield
Oof,
throughout the year.
Inhumans. I did not even think that Agents of Shield was part of TGI Friday
Well, it wasn't. Well,
or
they're
TGIF.
calling this. Yeah. Right now, it's just ABC Friday night, and that's
Mhm.
American Housewife, Fresh Off the Boat, and Shark Tank. And 2 hours of 2020. Why, God? Why?
Because they can.
Yeah. All right. So go back into your childhood. What are your favorite TGIF shows?
Oh, I can definitely tell you. Where is that web show? Definitely Full House, Family Matters, Dinosaurs, Step by Step, Boy Meets World, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Sister, and Sabrina. Those were staples in my household on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place, definitely. When that came on, because that was, I mean, before I knew, I guess, anyone who they were. I mean, you had Ryan Reynolds and Nathan Fillion in there as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've had lasting effects for a bunch of these shows. I mean, Boy Meets World had spawned Girl Meets World. Sabrina, I mean, she.
And think of the impact Girl Meets World might have had if it was on a network like ABC at the time that was, because it's it's harder to find an audience when you're on the Disney Channel
Yeah,
on random nights throughout the week. Like it's like maybe a Saturday night show or that kind of thing.
yeah. Although I do think I don't think it would have lasted as long as it did if it was
Yeah.
on ABC.
I mean, it didn't last very long.
It lasted 3 seasons, which is still, I mean, more than one.
It's an accomplishment, yes.
Yeah. But I mean, like, Step by Step was like, it was before that 70 show, which was, and like after Happy Days was like one of the few TV shows that was
You go in there.
centered in Wisconsin. So it's like,
There's
yeah,
one more. There's one more.
I don't know the other one. You're
on.
gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, but no, Happy Days, Step by Step, and that 70 show are the only 3 that I know. Kent.
Laverne and Shirley.
See, I knew of it. It's something that I can't remember.
Also, what am I thinking of? That 90s show.
Was it that 90s or that 80s show?
The upcoming that 90s show.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so Laverne and Shirley was set in Milwaukee. Happy Days, Milwaukee. The George Wendt Show set in Milwaukee. Aliens in America is Chippewa Falls. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was set in Milwaukee and several fictional cities in Wisconsin.
Oh, it was at Manitowoc too. No, but I mean like center, like the whole show centered around.
Step by Step was Port Washington. And then Supernatural was in Milwaukee a lot, which is funny. Raising Miranda is set in Racine. Liv and Maddie was in Stevens Point. What? And then show set in fictional cities in Wisconsin. That's that 70s show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at Step by Step, does that look like Port Washington to you?
No, they had a freaking roller coaster park. No, that was the thing that I remember every time I watched the credits. I'm like, not in my Wisconsin. I'm like, I always thought in my head, okay, so that they went on a road trip down. But then I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's no lake next to the Great America.
Yeah.
Because when they zoom out, there's a lake next to the theme park.
Even
The Young and the Restless, the soap opera, is set in Genoa City, which is supposed to be in Wisconsin, but makes references to Washington County in several storylines. I had no idea.
All right.
And then Picket Fences is a show I remember is set in Rome, Wisconsin, which is fictional. There's a bunch of Life with Louie was in a fictional Wisconsin city. A Minute with Stan Hooper. I remember that show.
Minute with Stan Hooper.
It's Norm Macdonald. Waterford Falls, Wisconsin. Yes. So yes, you're right. Step by Step was a Wisconsin show, and it always hit a little different because it was set in Wisconsin for some reason. It always does when you get that home. It's that cheap pop from wrestling when the cheap heat when you rip on a hometown.
But yeah, no, that was my Friday. I mean, aside from coming home from school and getting dinner at dinner around the table, and then sit down in front of the TV in your tube TV, that heavy
What?
tube TV.
So in my day, you get out of school, you run home with your backpack on and your shoelace tied tight. You run home, and first thing I did was throw the backpack down and go outside and find my friends, and we'd either play outside or find an excuse to go inside someone else's house to play Nintendo
Yeah,
or Super
yeah.
Nintendo. Then it got dinner time, and then it was like, well, can we go to the local video store, which wasn't Blockbuster in my neighborhood? We didn't have a Blockbuster in walking distance. It was just a little store that rented videos, so your selection was a little smaller, but they always had good games, and I think I've rented every game there, well, at least once. But what about you? What are your Friday night memories? Like, just that feeling. I don't get it much anymore as an adult.
Yeah, yeah, it's not the same as it was when you were a kid because you had because if you're not, or I guess through elementary school through high school, you get that feeling of okay, you got the weekend to do stuff, and most of
yeah.
that stuff is now homework, or jobs, depending on what. Yeah, it was just that feeling of I get, I get away from school. I can do everything. I could get everything. I could play all weekend long, and time is something irrelevant to a 5 or 6 year old because you think that a week is a year. But yeah, no, I mean, and we did the occasional like blockbuster like runs when we watched movies. Video games, it really wasn't because at that time we didn't have in the consoles, and I don't think they implemented the renting of it yet, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. Uh, I just remember that there were two big video rentals on Highway 100, uh, Planet Hollywood or Hollywood Video, and then down the street, Blockbuster.
So okay, so yes, Planet Video is one. Family Video, the only place to be called Family Video with like the last remaining adult video section in a rental place ever.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing, and you'll see it. Go watch. If you don't know what I'm talking about, because porn is basically everywhere. When you had to rent it as a person, which that's beyond my era. Of porn, I guess. I don't know. Grown-ups would have to go into this area that was not very private because it had like a beaded fence or beaded area to go through. So you would hear when somebody would go back there. I don't know why. I guess it was just blocked off that way so kids couldn't see the cover art in there. But it would just be an area where adult tapes were kept if grown-ups wanted to. If you want to see what I'm talking about, rent or watch the movie Jersey Girl. That takes place in the 90s, so you could see that happening with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
The only reason I like that movie is because Fresh Prince ruins his career. Fantastic. And then later he meets Will Smith, and it's pretty funny. Will Smith actually saves his child. Like he saves his makes him make a better decision for that. All right. That's all I got.
So yeah,
Fridays nowadays, like today's my Friday because I have off for the weekend right now. While it felt good to get out of work, it felt like I was running away from school, like every other wild kid. You're waiting for the bell to ring and get out of here. Well, yes, I still do that.
It's just
every
different.
Day. And then I get angry when I can't get home fast enough, But I get home and it's just like, well, now I gotta clean the litter box. I gotta do dishes, and it's just I don't even have a family, so it's worse if I had a family, But it's still nice to be able to again, I don't have a family, so it's still nice to be able to have my time to my own.
Yeah, I mean I guess it's SSDD, same stuff, different day.
Stuff, you're not gonna drop the S-bomb on it?
No, not this time. But yeah, you come home. Yeah, much like you. Yeah, it's everyday adulting.
real quick, I know you. I don't know if you played it at all, but give us an Arceus review, a Pokemon Arceus review if you've seen it.
Legends Arceus.
Is it called Legends Arceus? Okay.
Yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
The best,
From what I've seen,
sorry, the best meme I've seen is they show you like, oh, you've completed it and you've built the first Pokedex, and then they flash forward to Professor Oak. Professor Oak saying, "I invented the Pokedex."
Yep. It's that prequel writing. It's like, oh yeah, this game came first, but no, but now actually this game came first. Oak created the Kanto Pokédex. We'll just say it that way.
Right.
From what I've seen of my girlfriend playing it, it's a different mechanic than all the other Pokemon games. You don't. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, where you don't battle always. You don't always battle the Pokemon that you're catching, but you throw the Pokeball and then you capture it. And then there's like these alpha Pokemon, and they're like bigger versions of us, not like the VMAX that you see in Pokemon Sword and Shield. But it's different. You die if you try to swim, which you can. Yeah, the Pokemon can actually also hurt you as well. Now,
okay,
it's interesting. I mean, I don't know if I would personally play it, but a lot of people are having fun with it, so maybe I'll give it a shot.
The complaints I've heard are, so I've heard the new mechanics are great. Like they like the way you can catch Pokemon in this version, how they've changed that, and the fighting is better. A lot of the layouts and the items and the things like that are way better. You can evolve on the spot. You don't have to wait.
Yeah.
And then the thing I haven't heard good things about is the open world aspect. Like it's all open world, but you're basically just running from one place to another, and there's not a lot there. So that's the only negatives I've heard. I still am on the fence if I want to buy it or not, but I'll probably wait a while. I still I just downloaded Final Fantasy X and X2, so I think I'm gonna play through those on stream soon. Take a break from streaming GTA RP all the time, even though I'm having a lot of fun with my PD character. Last night, I'm having fun and I'm not having fun. So here's my boring GTA update for people that don't really care. So there's so many PD in the town. Like I hate going in then and being on duty because it's like there's not a lot to do. And then I'll go in, and there's certain PD that are like taking it too seriously, and that's not fun either. Like you want to have a good time. I don't care if I lose a chase or you're not supposed to. It's about role play. It's not about it's not about winning or losing. It's about role playing.
Right.
It's like D&D. You can't get mad if you lose a battle. You just roll with it.
Literally.
Ayo. But yeah, what are you playing these days?
Halo Infinite, doing that multiplayer. I need to get back onto that campaign. Campaign was fun for the hour that I played it so far. Gonna get back into No Man's Sky, and then just Minecraft. Doing that with Backcraft over at with TV Talk people, and then streaming here and there.
There you go. And if people want to find you and stream with you,
you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/kkrause89. Am I doing all my other stuff right now too?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. If you want to follow me personally and talk to me one-on-one, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KyleKrause89. I am more you can definitely catch me there, or on our Discord at Atomic Geekdom. You can message me there too, or start a conversation, and then I'll chime in. Because
yes, please join our Discord.
Because we need more cult leaders. Well, I mean, followers.
Because I want us to get Discord partner, and I want that damn jacket. No, because it's more fun. There's a lot of ways to chat and build a community, and that's what I want. I want to build a community of people with all the like-minded stuff who stay up at 2 a.m. with me to watch Book of Boba Fett. And
After you
not
said
lived.
that, I woke up at 4. I'm just like, because I had to go to the bathroom, and then I'm like, all right. The way you said it made me stay up so that I know I'm gonna get spoiled if I don't.
Yeah, dude.
I open Twitter. First thing I see is Luke Skywalker, and I'm like, well,
Ain't that
cool.
some
It's only
shit?
been out for 2 hours.
Right. Like by midday, they've already had comparisons of all kinds of crap. Like
Yeah.
it just scenes on TikTok and like dude, give it a rest. But
That's
we'll
the
be
thing
back
about
next week.
spoilers.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. I don't know the topic just yet, but you can be guaranteed we're gonna be talking about the wrap up of Book of Boba Fett. So watch it before next week Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll also talk about hopefully the last 2 episodes of Peacemaker, where we didn't watch the newest one yet, so we couldn't talk about that tonight. But we'll get there. And yeah, we'll talk about the Batman. Tickets go on sale next week, so we'll maybe talk about that a little bit.
We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see what we get and how we get it.
Yeah, exactly. If we get our tickets or not by this time next week, we should either have them or not.
Yeah.
All right. At Atomic Geekdoms, where you can find all of our good stuff. AtomicGeekdom.com. There's some great articles being posted up over there. Check that out. We have what is it? The top moments, MCU moments, or what is he titling it? We're revisiting the Infinity Saga, 50 defining moments of the MCU. We've got number 48 up there now, so go ahead and check that out. We've got a review up of the Dexter's revival season, written by Patrick. Let me see here. The countdown is written by our friend Brandon T. McClure of Fake Nerd Podcast, so check that out. Number 48 is his article right now, and it's The First Dance. So I'll let you guys decide what that is, or just go read it. It's filled with all kinds of cool stuff. Great pieces being written by this man. And then we've got the Nick Gage being written by Justin, and this time he watched Moonstruck. So I'm guessing, and oh, look at this guy. He even puts on where you can watch it. It's available on HBO Max, Hulu, and Prime.
Perfect.
So there you go, Moonstruck. Dang, that takes me back. And he's got the Nick Gage. You can find out where he rates it. From Mandy to Willy's Wonderland, as far as bloody awesome or a hot mess. So he's got the Nick Gage there for you. So pretty fun stuff. So AtomicKingdom.com for all those great articles. Some good pieces being put up there every week, at least once or twice a week. So be sure to jump in there. Great writing being done. And then of course, at Atomic Geekdom on all the rest of the stuff to find out when those articles post, so when we go live, and hopefully we'll be more interactive as the world maybe opens up and we can start going to conventions again, or doing toy hunts. I'd like us to go live doing toy hunts if Kyle and I ever get out there and do some toy hunts again. If you're a collector and you like that kind of thing, we could take you along on our journeys to find things we shouldn't be spending our money on. Otherwise, twitch.tv/DJ Clark is my Twitch. And then, of course, Kyle's twitch.tv/KKrause89. And then, of course, ours, twitch.tv/Atomic Geekdom. Again, once we start building up our viewership, we'll do some community nights. We'll play some Mario Karts, some Mario parties, all kinds of stuff that we can play as a community. Among Us, Phasmophobia, anything we can play with you guys, we'll play. Or you'll have a game night where we're all playing games and you can watch us and make fun of us and laugh at us as we get drunk and play Mario Party. All right, so that's gonna do it for us this week. Kyle, say goodbye to everybody, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining us, Dead Zombie Girl.
Auf Wiedersehen.